This isn't just an IOC, an IPC, and a WADA issue. This is an issue that us as athletes are responsible for as well. It is our responsibility to ensure that sport is clean. Hi everyone. As you know, doping is one of the biggest issues we face in sport today. I would like to start working with all of you to figure out what we can do to protect the values of sport and from doping, so that we can all be real champions. What kind of values are in sport? And what did you learn from sport? I think the biggest values I learned from being a top athlete are the ideas of respect and passion, integrity, friendship. Those are definitely some of the things that I brought forward from sport. Let's listen to some messages from athletes from around the world.
I realized the joy of playing doubles when I started playing with Matsutomo. I appreciate her because I could not have made it without her. The virtue of sport is that athletes are always trying their best. It's also the virtue of being an athlete.
Thinking about the values of sport while you're playing sport is one of the important parts to protecting clean sport. We need to strive for creating clean sport with our actions. Reject doping and other shortcuts that cheat yourself as well as others who play true.
All those moments in sport inspire you as a person and spark the same kind of inspiration in society as a whole. To make sport truly inspirational, it must be clean. Experiences through clean sport are some of life's most wonderful assets.
To be a real champion, become a role model to peers and to the future generations of athletes. The next step is thinking about who a real champion is. What are the differences between a winner and a real champion?
Growing as a person and an athlete and pursuing your limits are also what makes sport fun and interesting. To compete in a sport just to set a record or win a medal is not all that interesting because you miss out on what it's really about. I learned there are other important things to be observed in order to live as part of society.
I believe that being a real champion requires not just winning medals, but also having a great personality that is respected by others.
Sport has the power to bring together people of different cultures, environments, languages, and countries. I believe the basis of that is respect for others. Respecting people who take up challenges is an extremely important element in any situation.
I think a real champion is someone who is a leader on and off the field of play, someone who leads by example. It is obvious that our words and our actions have an impact on the people around us, on our fans, and on society. What can athletes do for them and for society?
Just because one might have an impairment or there's no precedent for something is not a reason not to take on a challenge. Parasports has the power to move society. As an architect, I'm also putting effort into furthering the cause of barrier-free infrastructure.
I think the biggest thing we can do as athletes to influence the people around us by playing sport is by leading through example and by being an advocate and speaking up on issues. I've met a lot of people through my career as an athlete. Many of these people have become my role model. Just by following what your role model does is a great starting point for you. You can start by doing a small thing to influence society. I want you to become a role model for the future generations.
A good role model provides a good stimulus, which establishes a well-formed link to the next generation. I believe this process creates new leaders and allows for a bright future in the sporting world. Also, I want to give sport an even brighter shine and take what I have received from the clean athletes and relay something even better.
I look forward to seeing what kind of actions you take as an athlete and as a citizen of society. From now on, let's create clean sport with our actions, as we are all real champions. Let's think of what you can do.